All right, welcome back. Let's start with the very first story that has to do with Ghana goalkeeper Richard Kinton. And Richard Kinton has been declared fit by team doctors to join the senior national team for the 2014 World Cup qualifier against the Pharaohs of Egypt. Richard Kinton was reportedly to have suffered an injury, and he limped off the pitch in their game against in their league game yesterday. Richard Kinton has now been declared fit to the national team ahead of their World Cup qualifier against the Pharaohs of Egypt. All right, still staying with the senior national team. Yesterday at the Kotoka International Airport, 3 players arrived after the likes of Inkum Fatau Dauda and Aduma have already touched down yesterday in the country, while Mohamed Frimpong, as well as super sports defender, now midfielder, joins the team. I'm talking about Edwin Jima. They spoke with the sports team.
Always waiting for the opportunity to play, so if I get the opportunity, I will prove myself to all Ghanaians to see if someone is not here, someone is there. I know this game is a tough game, so we must prepare, we tune our mind before we came here, so hopefully I know God will help us to win this match.
It's important that I get called up again. The last game of the season, when I was on loan at Fulham, I got injured with my knee and I was out for 3 months. So obviously that was a setback, but once I've recovered, the coach called me. In the last couple of weeks I've been ill, so the coach called me and he said, am I fit to play or am I fit to be in the squad? And I said, yeah, but I've been ill. So I spoke to the coach and he was happy to give me the call up. That's why obviously playing for your country is a big opportunity for me. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here with all these big names like Michael and Kevin and Dede and these kind of players, and I'm just here to learn off them, and hopefully one day I can play with them in the same team.
It's a very great opportunity for me, and I think I need to come here and do my best, because those defenders out there, they're very outstanding. They're doing very well. So I think it's a good opportunity for me to express myself and to let people know that if there's any chance to play, I can do better. For me, I would say nothing much, just about the game, to concentrate on the game, just for the 3 points. That is all what we the players have come here to do. So I think from today to the time we start the game, it's all about concentration and hard working. Egypt, they are very good. They have a good side. They're playing very well, and I think we Ghanaians, we need to go all out. We don't have to look down for the game. We need to go all out and play very well and get the points. Ghanaians should expect the best from me, because I think it's not easy for me to be called in the national team. Because normally Ghanaians normally look up in there, like in Europe, they look for those big players, and I think if this call up has been given to me, I think I need to hold it up and make sure I tighten on my shoes very well and make sure I work hard.
Well, so Edwin Jima there, ready to tighten his shoes for the Black Stars. Edwin Jima plays in the PSL with Super Sports United. Well, joining me in the studio this afternoon, Mr. James Oyedeji. Early on, we were building it up from the Inside Sports Show. We were looking at the senior national team, the Black Stars, ahead of their qualifier, the final playoff against the Pharaohs of Egypt. Mr. Oyedeji, I just want to find out, my worry has to do with the local players we're not seeing in the team.
Yes.
No one has. I don't know how many people are really tackling that issue, but we don't have any local player in there. I don't know whether the next phase or the second leg we might see any local player in there. But is it a worry to the way we play in the local league? Is it affecting us there? That is why we're not seeing them representing in the senior national side.
Yes, to a very large extent, because a local player today is a foreign player tomorrow. If you take Mahaut, the Go King, the following day he was out of the country. Eric Bequin, when he was Go King, the following year he was out. Mention any good player, swag player of the year, swag leading Go King, or MTN best player, they've all left the shores. And that is what we have to stop. the exodus should stop. And it will stop through legislation. If people are reading my lips very well, unless you legalize, you make it illegal for you to leave the country when you have not served a minimum of 3 years your contract locally, then this exodus will continue. And you continue to see foreign players playing for the national team. Tunisia had the experience in 1994. They fielded only one local player and they hosted and lost woefully 1994. 2 years down the line, they fielded 10 local players, only one foreign player, Suleimana. And they came second in South Africa in 1996, you remember. So from then they have made it a national policy to ensure that the local content is more than the foreign content. If you look at the Egyptian team that we are going to play, Bob Bradley himself said it. He said the core of the team is there because he's using Elali and Zamalek players to make his team. Over here, we have Accra Zofo, who are playing very well in this season. We have Kotoko playing very, very well in this season. We have Asgold playing well. And it's a sad commentary that none of these teams has produced a player who will pick the starting jersey on Tuesday next week. So we have to look at it holistically and solve this problem once and for all. And in years past, all the cups we won in terms of African Cup of Nations were won by players who are based locally, with all the exception of 82, where you had George Larson and co coming from outside. 63, 100% local. 65, 100% local. 78, a mix of local and foreign. And then 82, this is a mix of. But the important thing is that if you want to really have a good national team, the core, the heart should be local. Brazil, they did it. When their boys went out, they weren't doing well. Argentina ensured that their players stayed at home. Ecuador, the South Americans, they ensure it is due to this quest for money that the players are going abroad to play. And if they go, they always have it at the back of their mind that they have to play for the national team. So they come without being pressurized. But in African countries, you see the FA is persuading the players to come home and play. It shouldn't be the case. It should be the reverse. Because wearing the jersey of your national, of your nation speaks a lot about you. So that is why I will see that, I will pray that in the next few leagues, we produce quality players who will be ready to stay at least 1 more season or 2 more seasons and don the shirt of the Black Stars. But
I believe also that with the Chan, obviously with Max Okonedu being the head coach of the Chan side, he happens to be assistant coach in Kwesi Appiah also. So definitely he can see the good players in there, then they will rope them into the national side as well.
Yeah, I think after the Chan tournament, we should dissolve that Chan. And then the pressmen and the spectators should now pick their own Chan. I'm talking of picking, because they are always watching the matches. They watch the matches and report. Am I right?
Sure. But they are not technical people.
They don't need to be technical. You need to look at a player who is influential. Okay, let's even leave the details of choosing the best player. Let's just put down the name of the player of the match. A man of the match. I call it player of the match. Am I right?
Yeah.
When Claude Leroy was given the appointment here, one of the assignments given to him was to identify very good local players. And he did that and stopped midway. He identified Kwesi, Isaac Vossa, and one other player, and he stopped. And they were calling players to come to the national team. If they had allowed him, he would have built a very local, solid team to represent the nation. And I want to tell you, with gratitude to God and pride in me, the late Alhaji Bimbo asked me to pick players from the Division 1 league in 2003 to form the the necessary team to the Black Stars. And Mr. Douglas Zabin, who was the Division 1 league chairman at that time, and who is the chairman Cocoa board, the board chairman, the board secretary. We came together, 3 of us. We picked Prince Tego and Rebecca Queen. We picked all those boys who eventually entered into the national team. So I think we should be looking inward more than looking outward.
All right, finally, Mr. Oyedeji, let's